Hello. Hi, good morning to you. My name is Shambhunath Chatterji. And to give you a brief about myself, I am a consumer behavior expert, I am a branding expert, and I'm a business strategist. Now, I have had a career of more than 23 to 24 years with various industries such as FMCG, durables, and media. And I would like to start talking on my venture now. My venture basically took seed about more than 11 years back when I was a visiting faculty to one of the premium management institutes in Ahmedabad. And this was primarily while discussing the various concerns of the consumer regarding the beverages, the soft drink that they were consuming. The initial uproar that came into the market was on the fertilizer and the pesticide content of the product. But eventually, over a period of time, as I did a lot of research, I realized that pesticide and fertilizer content is just the tip of the iceberg, because this is something which is not under the control of the manufacturing company. This is not an ingredient of the company in itself. A misnomer is that these are added to make to treat behave as preservatives, but it is not. Pesticides and fertilizer content comes into the beverage because of the underground water that is pumped up to make the beverage into. Now, the reverse osmosis, that is the treatment of the water that is done by these companies, to a very large extent can eliminate fertilizer and pesticides. But then fertilizer and pesticide content is a standard menace all throughout the world in all beverages. The major problem with the beverages, which over a period of time now everybody has come to realize, and especially in the colas, is that it has got sodium benzoate, which is the preservative, which in isolation is very safe. But the moment it comes in contact with ascorbic acid, that is in normal terms vitamin C, or it releases benzene. And benzene, even in small traces, is highly carcinogenic. The reason why smokers get cancer is because the tar that gets deposited in the lungs from the smoke of the cigarette releases benzene. So that is one of the most dangerous ingredients that a beverage has. Along with it, there are other poisons like phosphoric acid, which actually erodes the dentine of your teeth, erodes the lining of your alimentary canal, induces osteoporosis of bones, and weakens the entire body. Further, there are other poisons like artificial caffeine. Then you have got artificial caramel colors. You've got sugar, cane sugar, which is the sweetener, which adds on to your body weight. And India, unfortunately, has got the largest obese population in the world. Then there are other poisons which we have unheard of, which are generally masking agents and which are not specified on the label of the product. So all these things put together make it a very harmful product, which now consumers have come to realize because of the internet advent and because of people getting so aware about their health. Now, my understanding or my take on the entire thing was that surely such a huge industry, which is close to about $180 billion worldwide, of which 53 to 54% alone is the cola category. Now, cola category happens to be the most poisonous, but even other beverages like the lemon oil beverages, the orange oil beverages, and even sports drinks, they all contain very high level of sugar, which adds to a huge amount of calories to our body. Also, you look at the preservative, that is sodium benzoate, which again is very harmful. Lately, past 3 years, 4 years, there have been low calorie beverages, cola especially, that have come into the market. For example, Size Zero, for example, Black Coke and other products which contain aspartame and ACK. Aspartame and ACK both are highly carcinogenic, and they have been certified as poisonous by FDA regulations. Aspartame, which is a very widely used low calorie sweetener, has got 92 negative afflictions to the body. It affects your brain, it affects your heart, it affects your entire body. And this is not anybody but FDA themselves are certified. So our action plan was to find how to create an alternate to such a product. And over a period of time, in the past 8 to 10 years, the leaning of the consumer has been towards natural ingredients, products which have got natural origin. So our basic platform that we wanted to have was a product to create a product which had a natural origin, ingredients of natural origin. That was the first thing. Subsequently, we also wanted to eliminate all these negative tangibles in the cola category, like sodium benzoate or potassium benzoate, phosphoric acid, and so on and so forth. So now, hello. So now, I'm sorry for the call coming in. So now what we did was we started looking out for R&D companies worldwide who could actually help us in developing something like this, where we could commission our R&D. And it was after a long survey of around maybe 2 to 3 years that we could eventually zero down on a scientist in USA who had about 35 years then 35 years of expertise in masking technology and also the development of flavors and concentrates for the beverage industry. We spoke to him and we explained to him our concept and our need to develop a formulation for a cola which could be 100% natural and which will not have any of these negative tangibles. These negative tangibles have even been recognized by the Supreme Court of India to the extent in 2007, Supreme Court of India directed the government of India and asked the government of India till what time would you allow these companies to serve poison to the people of this country. But then this problem exists worldwide. Anyways, our R&D took us almost about 5 to 6 years. There were a lot of bottlenecks. There are a lot of setbacks, but eventually we were successful in creating a formulation which is 100% natural, 100% safe, and then looking at the demand of different demographic profiles, we then developed functional variations to the cola so that we could have a cola which was directed towards children, which did not have caffeine. Because addiction to caffeine at young age eventually leads to addiction of alcohol and tobacco when they grow up. Other than this, we have developed other products which are very niche. For example, weight reducing beverages. We have got artificial memory enhancing beverages. We have got sports drinks for children, which does not have the negative ingredients that all other sports drinks and energy drinks have. And this is in a nutshell the basket of products that we have been able to develop. When I say successful, successful basically means that a beverage is basically not a compound but a mixture, a homogeneous mixture in which there are many ingredients. For example, if you look at Coke, Coke has almost about 52 ingredients. Now, these ingredients are in a homogeneous mixture form. Now, imagine 52 ingredients to be in a perfect harmonious marriage and to be offering the same clarity and taste month after month, even though having been put through a different handling and different torture to the product actually because of the transportation and different temperatures. So developing a formulation is not such an easy task. And cola as a flavor is the most delicate flavor. The moment you try to tweak it or add or subtract something to the beverage, a cola beverage, it immediately coagulates or precipitates or sediments. So thus it is not successful. It is not a stable product then. Otherwise, anybody or everybody could have made a formulation and they could have put it in the market. A very, very big company called Red Bull, they tried coming into the market about 3 years back with a natural cola, what we have developed successfully. Unfortunately or fortunately for us, their product was not stable. Their product immediately started precipitating and coagulating when it was put into the market on the shelves of the stores. Now, any beverage, the success of a beverage is basically solubility and stability. So unless and until one is able to have that kind of technical advantage where you can offer that solubility and stability to the product, which makes it stable and absolutely have that kind of clarity and with no change of taste over a period of at least 9 to 10 months, is something that is desired by the market. But that is something others have not been able to do so. Second is the sweeteners. Sweeteners, if you look at the sweeteners, people know about stevia as a natural alternate sweetener to cane sugar. Unfortunately, stevia has got a very, very bad aftertaste. And that is the reason neither Coke nor Pepsi have been successful in using stevia as a sweetener in their beverages. Fortunately for us, our scientist is one of the best masking technologists in the world. And that is how we have been able to use stevia very successfully in our product. And our product has the sweetening absolutely as good as cane sugar with no metallic aftertaste or bitter aftertaste generally that stevia offers. We also are a very, very low calorie beverage. For example, if I were to give you a comparison, a 330 ml SKU of Coke or Pepsi offers 143 kilocalories. But for us, our beverage, the calorie output is only 15 to 17 kilocalories only. That is just 10% of what Coke and Pepsi have been offering to the consumers. So this is in a nutshell what we have as a product. We intend getting into international markets. Intend getting into the top five markets such as Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Germany, US, and UAE, along with India. These are the highest volume grocers in the world market, and the consumption pattern is very high there. The per capita consumption in India is only 3.8 liters per head per annum. And if you look at Argentina, which is one of the highest, is about 33 to 38 liters per head per annum. US, Mexico, Brazil are anything between 33 to 35 liters per head per annum. In fact, consumption of Coke, beverages, soft drinks, even in Pakistan and Sri Lanka and Bangladesh is higher than India. India, having the second largest population in the world, offers a very huge potential in terms of the volumes that can be sold here in this country. And with the consumers getting very, very health conscious, something like this is the need of the market. This is the biggest gap in the beverage industry that one has been able to understand. Unfortunately for others, fortunately for us, we have been able to crack this and we have been able to develop these products. We intend getting into the market and going by the same standard business platform or the business module that Coke and Pepsi have going through the master franchise route. Initially, our syrups are going to be made in US. We have a facility in West Palm Beach, Florida, where we have outsourced the syrup manufacturing to a syrup manufacturing facility. From there, the syrups would be made under the supervision of a scientist who's based out there in US, and these syrups would be brought into the countries where we wish to launch the product. Subsequently, these syrups will be processed and made into a final product and either bottled or canned. Now, our brand, we intend bringing in these our brands as an American brand because we wish to have a at par platform with Coke and Pepsi. We do not wish to have the consumers look at our brand or our product as being a desi or a local product. Our R&D has been done in US. Our scientists are there in US. Our ingredients have been sourced from Europe and US. So it makes it an out and out American product. And we intend bringing it into any of the countries as an American product. And with the FDA regulation, FDA certification, and international certifications such as FOSHU and EFSANS, this makes us one of the best beverages possible in the world. We intend putting up syrup manufacturing facilities in the major markets, as I just mentioned, over a period of time when we start appointing our master franchise, and that will help cater to the local markets there and not be dependent on our initial or original syrup manufacturing facility in US. This is what the project is all about. We look to making a huge disruption in the beverage industry, and presently we already have an exit offer from the world's leading advisory firm called BDO Advisory, who have offered to get us a very early exit in case if we opt for them. They have also offered to help us get funding, raise monies for us after our first round of fund, which will be required to complete a basic POC. POC means a proof of concept. We already have had a blind taste acceptance test in 24 markets here, 24 cities here in India, and where we have a clear winning majority of 37% over four brands. That is Coke, Pepsi, Thumbs Up, and our brand, that is Voila. So our taste also has been accepted as one of the best or the best taste over the other competition that we have presently in the market. We also are now in the process of completing our certifications, and the ticket size of investment that we are looking to raise is anything between $1 million to $2 million, which is going to help us complete our basic proof of concept and help us reach to the platform of either taking early exit or going in for further fundraise and get into international markets. Now, our present valuation that has been done by BDO as in a startup that is a discounted cash flow system is about 233 crores of rupees, which though has been perceived to be a bit inflated and on the higher side. But surely this is something, when we talk to the investors, this is something we can mutually sit across the table and discuss and come to a win-win solution or a win-win decision where each one of us stands to gain and get into a joint partnership and a winning partnership. Thank you so much.